Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise to support the Equalization Appropriation Bill. Madam Speaker, it's been a long time coming. Every year we've been agonizing about money being distributed, not for equality, but for some form of equity. The framers of the Constitution, Madam Speaker, decided that it was important to uplift the standard of living of those people who were left behind when this country was developing. Madam Speaker, I've listened to my colleagues, especially my good neighbor, the Commissioner, objecting or opposing this bill, and I wonder whether he truly understood the meaning of marginalization. Madam Speaker, if you go to Narok County and you traverse the expansive Narok County, or
Senator
you traverse
Halwale, Senator Mugeni,
the expansive Kajiado County,
please sit down. Senator Cherarkei.
And all the other 32 counties that have been allocated with just a little more money to be able to ensure that there is a hospital, to be able to ensure that the roads are graded, not paved, graded, to be able to ensure that those residents who live in those dilapidated areas get access to some form of water. Madam Speaker, you'll be shocked. Today, if you go to Mosiro in Narok East, Mosiro is a place where when the sun is here, during the dry season, people die, Madam Speaker. But with just little money, Madam Speaker, a dam can be built and reservoir can be created for those people to be able to get water for their animals and for their own consumption. Madam Speaker, if you go to Narok South, you go to Narosora, you'll be shocked, Madam Speaker. There's no road, Madam Speaker. There's a place in Narok South, up in Loita, called Mpuputia. There's no road, Madam Speaker. The framers of the Constitution saw it fit to ensure that those people who are in the border of Kenya and Tanzania, who have got no road, can be able to be given some money. At least, not to be equal with people from other counties, like Kiambu, as an example, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I love the senator from Kiambu. But if you traverse Kiambu, even the remotest part of Kiambu, you will find a paved road. If you go to Ndeya, Madam Speaker, I travel and I'm happy to take my friend through Kiambu, going to Limuru. And I love Kiambu. Listen, I love, you will find it tarmacked. You will even find roads to nowhere tarmacked. Why? Because when development was knocking, those areas had tea plantations. So of course, the colonial masters saw it fit. And subsequent administration also followed suit in ensuring that they paved those roads. If you go to Kagwe today and you drive through Kiambu, you go up all the way Kiambu Road to really rural parts where you will not see a vehicle, the road is paved. And I want to challenge my good friend from Kiambu to get on my car and we go and I'll be able to demonstrate
what's
those
your
places.
point of order, Senator Thangwa? Just Senator Olekina, just wait.
Madam Speaker, my good friend, the Senator of Narok, is misleading this House because not every corner of the great county of Kiambu is either tarmacked or graveled. Where he has just mentioned Kagwe Ward, the neighboring ward called Kamburu, they are getting tarmac for the first time since independence. So, Madam Speaker, go to the ward in Deya. They are also getting first tarmac since independence. Madam Speaker, the Senator of Narok should not mislead this House. We equally require money for development. because we do not have the roads that he is purporting to say that we do have them in Kiambu County. So stop misleading this house. We need more money for Kiambu County because we believe we are equally marginalized when it comes to the development, road transportation, and even agriculture, Madam Speaker.
Senator Thangwa. Okay, proceed, Senator.
Madam Speaker,
Olekin.
I want more money to go to Kiambu. Yes. I want more money to go to every part of the country. But isn't it ironical that the distinguished senator from Kiambu would sit here and tell us we want more money, yet he was the first one who was opposing the division of revenue bill to send more money to Kiambu? I mean, come on. You can't bake your cake and eat it. You need to be able to look at the whole thing. Right now we are saying you oppose more money to go to Kiambu. You did not want, you voted against the division of revenue to send 435 billion to Kiambu, to send more money to Kiambu. You are now saying that, Madam Speaker, whatever I'm saying here is completely factual. Madam Speaker.
Senator Thangwa?
My time. You have to save me on my time.
You have half a minute, but I guess. Huh?
Madam Speaker, I can't sit here again for the...
Let's address your point of order.
Yes, my point of order is when you're giving information, you give information that is right, Madam Speaker. Just the other day, we gave more money to the counties, Madam Speaker. And I was here supporting and asking for more money, Mr. Speaker. What we did before was to hold a little bit of money because we did not know what kind of governors we have, Madam Speaker. We did not know. But the senator should not stand here and try to insinuate that I never voted. I voted yes. The other day I voted more money. And today I'm even asking for more money. And that's why I'm also fighting that the governors should use the money that we send to the counties, Madam Speaker.
Senator Ledama, you can finish. Please give Senator Ledama the remainder of his time.
Madam Speaker, let me begin by supporting this bill, because when I was trying to really make up my case, I was interrupted severally. So, Madam Speaker, it's about time. I want to see the people of Mosiro getting water. I want to see the people of Loita getting water. Madam Speaker, I'm very happy. You know, I will take what I'm given. Every time I'm given a shilling to go to Narok County, I will take it there. And today, I want to echo the words of the Vice Chair of the Finance Committee, Tabitha Mutinda. Tabitha said, distinguished senators, make sure that you follow this money. Other senators who spoke also said that I hope that this money will not be used for administrative purposes. I want to echo those words, and I want to assure them that we shall follow. Because here, we have to ask ourselves very basic questions, Madam Speaker. How do you measure poverty index? And that is one of the things that every senator here should know. Access to education is one of them. You know, education enrollment is another one. If you look at drinking water, availability to drinking water is another one. Sanitary, and most importantly, electricity. Madam Speaker, if you go to Narok today, on a daily basis, I'm always calling REA, I'm always calling Kenya Power and say, take electricity to my people of Narok. So when I got 811 million, which is distributed, it's peanuts, but I'll take it. I will take that money, because when I take it, I know my good people of Emuruadikir will get about 23 million. And people there are poor, Madam Speaker. The people of Narok East, and particularly Mosiro will get about 55 million. In total of Narok East will be about 95 million. Kilgore's constituency, Madam Speaker, people forget. People in Kilgore's are very poor, but I'm happy to see that they are getting about 226 million to be able to help them get water, get roads, and get hospitals. This, Madam Speaker, is very, very important. And I want to plead with all distinguished members, senators here, to vote for this bill, allow this money to go. There are projects, Madam Speaker, that were initiated. Madam Speaker, just 30 seconds, because I know this is ending. That were initiated about 7 years ago, you know, with this equalization fund,
Okay, just give him 30 seconds, please.
Madam Speaker, those projects were initiated almost 10 years ago. They are white elephant projects because they were never paid. The contractors were never paid. There are hospitals. I know there are hospitals in Kilgoris. There are roads. In fact, now those roads have to be done again. So we just have to be diligent and ensure fiduciary responsibility. So in this case, I want to plead and I want to echo the words of my sister Tabitha Mutinda that at least for once, as senators, and to both committees, CPIC and PAC, we ensure that at least this money is actually accounted for. And to the Auditors General, please for once, do something which is really, that will make people remember you. The Controller of Budget, the same thing, Madam Speaker. And Treasury, when that money is released, make sure that money is paid to what is intended. If it's a hospital, it is taken care of. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Senator, the next speaker is Senator Nyamo.
Madam Speaker, I rise pursuant to Article 110 of the Standing Order.
Madam